There are many great sporting nations in the world. Japan is not the strongest country in every sport, but Japan still competes at very high level in many fields. At the Olympics, Japan has won many medals in judo, wrestling, gymnastics, skating, table tennis, and skateboarding. In baseball, Japan has won the World Baseball Classic. And in soccer, Japan has become a regular team at the FIFA World Cup. But here is the interesting point. Japanese athletes are not always physically bigger or stronger. In many sports, they may be smaller than Western or black athletes. They may have less height, less power, or less speed. And yet, Japanese athletes still win on the world stage. Sometimes they defeat opponents who are bigger, stronger, and faster. So why is Japan strong in sports? How can Japan compete with the world? One major reason is Japan's unique school sports culture known as Bukatsu. In Japan, many junior high and high school students join sports clubs after school. Baseball, soccer, basketball, volleyball, track and field, judo, kendo. Sports are deeply connected to school life. In many countries, school sports may be mainly for fun, health, or friendship, but Japanese Bukatsu is not only about enjoyment. Winning is taken very seriously. Students practice to win tournaments. They compete to become regular team members. They protect the honor and the tradition of their school. And they work hard for the team. Because of this, training can be very strict. Students practice for hours after school and afternoon on weekend. They repeat the same movement again and again in the heat of summer and the cold of winter. Through Bukatsu, students learn not only technique but also discipline, manners, patience, hierarchy, and teamwork. Of course, this culture has problems. Practices can be too long, less can be too little, and winning can become too important. But this school sports culture has also given Japanese athletes perseverance, discipline, and the ability to keep going. The best example of Bukatsu culture is high school baseball. And at the top of high school baseball is Koshien. Koshien is the name of the stadium where Japan's national high school baseball tournaments are held. There are two major tournaments, one in spring and one in summer. These tournaments have more than 100 years of history and they are very special to Japanese people. Schools from all over Japan first compete in regional tournament. The winning schools represent their prefecture and play at Koshien. So Koshien is not just a tournament between schools. It is also a battle between regions. Players carry not only the name of their school, but also the pride of their hometown. Local people support them as their own representative. That is why Koshien attracts national attention. If a small town school defeats a famous powerhouse, the entire region celebrates. If an unknown player performs well, he can become famous overnight. To play at Koshien, to win at Koshien, and to become champion. For high school baseball players, it means leaving their name in Japanese baseball history. That is why students across Japan train so hard, with blood, sweat, and tears. There is one word we cannot avoid when talking about Japanese sports. That word is konjo. Konjo means grit. It means the spirit of never giving up, even when things are painful or difficult, even when you're tired, even when you're hurt, even when you're about to lose. You keep going until the end. Japanese athletes often cannot win through physical size alone. In height, power, and speed, they may be behind athletes from larger countries. So how do they win? One answer is training. Practice more than the opponent. Prepare more carefully. Make fewer mistakes. Keep fighting until the very end. If you cannot win with size, you win with technique, accuracy, concentration, and teamwork. Of course, ortho-style konjo thinking also has problems. Long training can be valued too much. Rest can be seen as a weakness. Pain and fatigue can be ignored. Modern sports need science, rest, and care. But if we reject konjo completely, we may miss an important part of Japan's strength. Japan's power comes from the balance between smart training and the mental strength to never give up. Japanese athletes become strong not only because of players and coaches. Behind them, there is also the expectation of society. Japanese fans can be surprisingly strict. They are not always satisfied just because an athlete participates. They want Japan to win. They want medals. They want victories on the world stage. And if someone represents Japan, fans expect that athlete to fight until the end in a Japanese way. This becomes a heavy pressure. At the Olympics, the World Cup, or the World Baseball Classic, the whole country pays attention. Athletes are seen as carrying Japan. But this pressure has also helped make Japanese sports stronger. In Japan, athletes are judged not only by result, but also by attitude. Never give up, show respect, run for the team, fight in a way that does not shame Japan. Sports are not just entertainment in Japan. People are moved by effort. They see athletes fighting for their school, their region, or their country. And they connect the struggle to their own lives. So why is Japan strong in sports? The answer is not only technique or strategy. It's patience, effort, discipline, teamwork, and the serious spirit of fighting to win. That is where the strength of Japanese sports can be found. Today's Japanese phrase is for cheering at the sports games. Ganbare, Nippon. It means go Japan. Ganbare means go Japan, keep going, you can do it, do your best. And Nippon is another way to say Japan. We usually call our country name Nippon. So let's practice. Repeat after me. Ganbare, Nippon. Ganbare, Nippon. Great! Hello everyone, I'm Hideki. If there is about Japan you'd like to know, please leave a comment. Your idea may appear in a future episode. Okay, see you next time. Bye!